What's up, everybody? Martin Mavex Driver here. Today we're starting a new series because I feel like I need to start a new series just about the small tricks and cautions in ROBOTC that you might run into. And that I might use in my later tutorial videos. So I feel like I'm making some short videos just about the small things and small details and small programming tricks and corners in ROBOTC. So that just that you don't even have to watch the full series if you know some stuff. It's just that when I'm referring to some stuff, using some stuff in my video, and I thought you might not know, I can just directly pull a link from this playlist and just put it below. You can just go and take a look. For instance, like struct. If you don't know what a struct is, or if you don't know how to handle a float point, or if you don't know how to do type def or define or some of other tricks, you can just come here. Alright, 1 minute mark. Let's start. So I'm gonna start by asking a question. Say that let's get a global variable, float. Let's get a float type, because we know that the float type is a decimal place. Let's call it foo. Just for the programming convention, meaningless variable is called full or bar. So we get a float foo, and let's say that this thing is equal to 127 divided by 120. What about that? And then I'm gonna say display write debug stream, and I'm gonna write this value to the debug stream. And what do you think I'm gonna get? And in this case I'm just gonna write a bunch of float places. So this is how you format your float. I want to write one digit of the I want to write one digit point, let's just say 1.6. I want 6 digits after the decimal place, so just we can see what it actually returns. So F, close, and foo. Alright, good. Save that. Give me a second, my computer's hard drive is kinda slow. Come on, the family, there we go. SD card, robot. It goes playing with float. There we go, and we compile program, no error. So in this case, I challenge you to think about this. If I actually run this program on the PC-based emulator, what am I gonna get in the debug stream? Well, you might think that 127 over 120 is kind of like, I don't know, 1.1 or something, or 1.0 or something, but a bunch of decimal places. You have 6 decimal places. So let's go run this thing. So let's go download to robot. Start. Or actually, I need to open up the debug stream. Start. If I run this thing, you see that what I'm printing is not a decimal place that you expect if you use a calculator. If you use a calculator with the Windows system, you see 127 divided by 120 is definitely not 1. It's 1 with a bunch of float places. However, how does ROBOTC, how dare you return me a value and tell me that 127 divided by 120 is 1? This is something you need to pay particular attention to, because this is gonna mess you up if you don't take care of this. Especially if you say that when you're doing PID control and you say that my KP is equal to 127 divided by 120. Use some weird algorithm that you're using to figure out that value, and it's gonna return an integer value, and it's either 0 or 1. And if it's 0, it disables that constant. It basically disables that part of the algorithm. If it's 1, it does nothing. So why is this happening, and how do we get a float point? So this is the trick I'm talking about. In order for you to get a float value, or how many decimal places, you have to you have to at least include one value in that operation that includes all those decimal places, which means that if we wanted to return 6 decimal places, you either have to put 6 decimal places behind both of them, or you have to at least put 6 decimal places behind one of them. So let's try to run the program now. Save. So I put 6 decimal places behind 1 to 7 and none behind 120. So the program right now should smartly recognize that I have a bunch of zeros right here. So probably the programmer is telling me to get a bunch of decimal places because I have a float. So let's try that. Compile program and download to robot. Excuse me. I gotta fix that. I just upgraded my ROBOTC. And there you go. There you have your 6 decimal places. So that's how you do it. If you want a 6 decimal places, if you want a 6 decimal place number, which you have to do, or rather, yeah, whatever. Let's do this. Clear debug stream. That's just a little bit more professional way or more lengthy way to do this. Alright, compile program, download to robot. Start. Yes. If you want that many decimal places to be in your float, there has to be at least one value in that operation that has that many decimal places. If you don't have those decimal places, use 0.00000. Or otherwise, what is actually happening is that if you use 2 integers, there are 0 decimal places in both of them. The float is being rounded to the to the farthest decimal place. In this case, is just your single digit. So basically that's it. That's what I want to show you. If you want something like this, if for instance say that you are dealing with a constant or something like that, where you just want to float, please do put a few decimal places in either one of these numbers, because you have to do that in order to get that precise decimal reading. And that's all about this video. And you can also make this thing bigger, which I forgot to do, but alright, so this is a little bit treat for today, and this is Marmov X Forever, and I'll see you in the next video.